Hello dear student, let's solve the group B part of the ISI MSQE, which is the macro, one of my favorite zones. It's a 30 marks question. They want us to consider degree structure, aggregate demand and aggregate supply model. In the short run, aggregate capital is fixed at K bar, and aggregate demand and aggregate output demand as a function as aggregate price level is given by the standard downward sloping curve. The aggregate supply curve and aggregate output is simplified as supplied as a function of the aggregate price level is not standard. The aggregate production function is linear in capital and labor. So L of Y is this. So the labor union is very powerful and dictates the minimum aggregate nominal wage dash W bar. So the supply is instance. So worker doesn't supply if W is less than W bar, and okay. So derive a clear explanation aggregate LS with respect to aggregate nominal wage, this W. A lot of things are given. So aggregate LS is expressed as L of SW this thing and W greater than W, and this is W greater than equal to W, small w. So if offered with a nominal wage, wage rate is less than the minimum wage rate set by the labor union, no worker will be willing, and if it is more, then everyone will be willing. So this is the given structure. Let's go to the next one. Marginal product of labor is constant and A greater than 0. Derive a clear explanation LD of this and the function of the real wage W by P. तो सेकेंड पार्ट के लिए क्या करेंगे, एग्रीगेट लेबर डिमांड को निकालना है. तो डिराइव द एग्रीगेट लेबर डिमांड विद रिस्पेक्ट टू W बाई P. तो यहाँ पर MRPL लगेगा. MRPL is A P by P since marginal product is labor is constant. So MRPL equal to W by P. So A equal to W by P. So rearranging LD equal to, so aggregate labor demand is a function of W by P. LD W by P is this. Next, using the answer to part 1, derive the labor demand in this economy as a function of the aggregate demand, aggregate national nominal wage rate. So LD is W by AP, so therefore the aggregate labor demand is a function of these two directly. So at the wage rate nominal, so labor increases and this given structure. So aggregate demand function also follows this, so there is no change. Similarly, C is choose an arbitrary aggregate price level P and draw an aggregate labor supply and aggregate labor demand curves in a function by the plotter and anything like this P and the equilibrium, this derive the clear explanation. Okay. So in this case, C part, let's choose P equal to P0, aggregate price level, aggregate labor supply of the LS curve. So L of W is 0 when W is W bar, and this is equal to L if W greater than equal to W bar. So labor demand LD curve is the aggregate labor demand curve in the downward sloping line directly. Okay. So equilibrium में क्या होता है, LSW and L this, L P0, rearranging W equal to AP0 by L. So the equilibrium employment is determined by the intersection of LS and LD curves. So we can solve it by equating LS and LD and you can find it out. The final value will be L and 0 if P greater than equal to W is P less than W by AL. Similarly, the other two can be done in this way. If you find any kind of problem, just tell me, so I will help you to solve them.